Clutch Trucker is filmed before a live studio audience. Hey YouTube, thanks so much for tuning into the Clutch Trucker channel. Today, I'm going to do a couple of real quick, well, these aren't really repairs. These are things you have to do as an owner-operator. Well, you don't have to. You can pay somebody to do it, which is stupid because it's incredibly freaking easy. But I thought I'd just show you how to change out an engine air filter and a cab air filter. Now on the Freightliner Coronado, which is what I have, it's incredibly easy. You can just stand on the ground and get to both, and they're both easy to change out, which is a beautiful thing. I had two Cascadias before this truck, and neither of them are all that easy on the Cascadia. For one, on the cab air filter on the Cascadia, you have to kind of climb up on top of the hood area and unscrew two screws and take off the top filter part to get to your filter. This one, it's all just little snappy things. It's real easy. And also on the Cascadia, the engine air filter's on top of the engine block. Again, you have to kind of climb on top of your engine and get a screwdriver out, big long screwdriver to undo the panel that one goes into. It's kind of a big rectangular shape of an air filter for the Cascadia. For my Coronado, it's one of those great old-fashioned round paper and rubber filters. Super easy to change out. And so we're going to do that now. So if you've got a Coronado or like a Century or a Columbia, they all use the same air filter for the engine and cab like mine on the Coronado. Super easy to change out. So let's get to it. Okay, first thing we got to do is open up the hood. So we'll undo our latches and take the grill guard down. The latches on my Coronado are external. Easy enough to undo. Now, of course, my grill guard in the front have latches down here at the bottom. They're pretty easy to do. Pull it to one side, push it back. Do that on the other side. And of course, undo the latch on this side. Alright, now I'm going to have to set the phone down to open up the hood. It's very bright out here, but you can see now my hood is open, and there's the grill guard lying down in front. It does not go all the way down to the ground. Alright, now we got to get my filters. Okay, if I back up, you can get a better shot of where this is. See right up there in front of the firewall, the big round thing, that's the engine air filter, and right behind it is the cab air filter cover, right there. Now to this one, you have to just kind of pop this little metal thing out of its tracks, pop it out of the bottom down here. All right, just kind of a little wire thing that holds it in. Take the whole thing down. Now this just comes off. Knock the moths and junk out of the inside of that. And you can see right there, there's the cab air filter. See, this one's pretty dirty. Pull it out. Look at that side of it. Eek. All black and dirty, moths and bugs stuck in there. All right, just slides into that little slot. So now we'll pull out the new one right here in this. It's an Alliance. $10. That's what I paid for this. Sometimes a little cheaper, sometimes a little more. Never buy them from a TA or Petro, because they're going to charge you like $30 for this exact same filter. Now see, it's got a little arrow in the front there. If I put it so you can read it, made in Poland, but actually it doesn't say airflow, but that's what that arrow is telling you, is which way the airflow is. So the way this is set up, see, air goes in the top, comes down through this little chute here and then into the filter area. So we want our arrow aiming towards the cab. So we just set it in place and it slides right on in. Can't get much easier than that. Now we'll put the cover back on. Alright. Oh, got it backwards. Okay. Now I'm going to have to put the camera down to do the wire thing back on. Okay, so now you can see I've got the little wire piece which runs up around the back down over here, back in place, and that keeps that cover on nice and tight. All right, that's nice and easy. And now, speaking of nice and easy, here's our engine air filter cover, and it is also no tools required. Got little latches. Undo the latches. Four of them, and pull the cover off. Yes, it's just that easy. All right, there's our air filter. Now I'm gonna put the camera down, gotta loosen it. All you gotta do is just kind of knock it around, and then it just comes right out. You can see this one's fairly dirty. Been in there for a while. I rotate it. So the nice thing about having a round filter is about every 5,000–10,000 miles, I rotate it to a different size. Because if you look inside where it goes, the intake is right here, just on this one side. See, there's where it's coming from the engine, the rubber, and then goes from there on the back into the engine. All right, so if you can rotate these round filters, that's what makes it real nice. You know, need to get my fingernail here to open the new one. This is a Donaldson. I've had Donaldsons, Baldwins, Fleet Guard. They're all essentially the same. It's a paper filter with rubber on it. All right, so you can see here's the old one on the ground. That's it right there, not much to it. Okay, so here's our brand new one. Pull it out of the box. Oh, there it is. See how much cleaner that is? What a comparison between the two. Look at the difference. New filter, dirty filter. Alright, so now let's take this filter, stick it up here in place, and you slide it in, and you've just got to get that end, open end, around the little fitting inside. I got to put the camera down to do this. Okay, there's the new filter inside its housing. Once I got it on the part, I just give it a few good shoves all the way around, make sure it's on nice and tight. Now we'll put the cover back on. All right, cover is back on snugly in place. Just got to latch her down. These four latches. Bang. That's it. We're done. It's just that easy. Okay, so you can see just how quick and easy, my quick and dirty method, there's really no method to it. It's just simple. Real easy to do. That's why I love this Coronado. Changing out things like the engine air filter, cab air filter, you can see, super easy. And, you know, and why should you pay somebody to do that? Like I said earlier, never buy the cab air filters or engine air filters from a TA, a Speedco, a Love's. They're going to charge you probably damn near twice as much or more than they're actually worth. That round engine air filter, this one I paid $70 for. That's a little more than I like to pay. I can usually get them for around $50 at like truck center companies in Lincoln, York, Omaha, Salida, Kansas. It's just I was buying other parts. I had to buy a cab airbag today. So while I was there, I bought the parts. I got a really good deal on the cab airbag. So I went ahead and paid a little more for the engine air filter. My hometown Freightliner, they liked it, the Floyd's. This is why I don't buy a lot of stuff from them. They wanted like $98 for that same filter. Shop around. A TA, I think they want about $100 for it. Speedco, I checked one time, they were over $100. So shop around for that, because that's something that doesn't have to be done immediately. You can buy it at your convenience and save money. The cab air filters, $10 what I paid for that. That's about what it should be. TA, they're going to charge you $30. Speedco's going to charge you $35. And then and of course, if you have them put it in, you're paying for more. And you saw how easy it was. So you should never have to pay that much for those. It's just stupid to pay a shop to change your engine air filter or your cab air filter when it's just as easy as it is. I showed you, what did that take? 5 minutes at most for both of them? I mean, come on. So this is where you get in that mindset of the owner-operator, save money wherever you can, and buy those filters as cheap as you can. Like I say, paid a little more for the engineer filter today, but it was kind of a matter of convenience. I was there, I was buying the cab airbag, which I only paid $21 for, because I got the Alliance brand, where the main Freightliner brand was $85. Same thing, they wear out just as quickly no matter who makes them. They're a rubber thing bouncing on the back of your cab. So shop around, use your smarts, and save money where you can. So quick and dirty, changing out your engine air filter, your cab air filter. It's a little more difficult, a little more involved on a Cascadia. You got to have a screwdriver, and you got to climb on the engine a little bit more. Big deal. Takes about an extra 5 minutes, but so much easier to do the stuff on your own, guys, and save that money, because shops are going to charge you a lot of money to change out things like this that you can do on your own very easily. Another edition of the Clutch Trucker channel. Hope you liked it. Hey, as always, please subscribe, ring the bell, hit the like. Please comment if you would like to. Sniff the magic YouTube fairy dust. As always, clutch out.